dollar loses its world reserve status, which is going to happen this year, okay? When the dollar loses again its world reserve status this year, you have to understand what that means. It means that other countries are not going to accept a dollar as payment. Okay, they're not going to accept a dollar as payment. And so if you don't have other means of transacting at a distance, how are you going to pay people? And that's why it's important to understand the benefits of cryptocurrencies, because yes, cryptocurrencies years down the road are going to be involved in the beast system, but this is not the rise of the beast right now. We're at the fall of the harlot, okay? You have to understand timelines, okay? We're seeing the fall of the harlot, not the rise of the beast. When the beast rises, oh, you don't want to own any cryptos. I agree with that one, but that's still a few years out, okay? When the dollar loses its world reserve status, how are you going to pay for something in Germany? Because Germany's probably not going to accept the dollar. You know, wherever you want to buy from, right? But we still want to buy, you know, maybe German cars or this and that, right? So how are you going to pay for things? And that's why it's important to understand why people need to understand why they need to understand cryptocurrencies, because cryptocurrencies will be the number one means of transacting at distance.
Yes.
At distance.
Sorry, but I was just going to say, you can't very well mail a block of gold in the mail, can you?
Well, that's the thing, right? And you can't break it into pieces. So cryptocurrencies will be the means of transacting at distance. And so that's why it's critically important for people to understand that they need to get involved in understanding how cryptocurrencies work. I'm telling you, it's so important, because when the dollar falls, people are going to be scrambling, try to figure out, how do I get involved in cryptocurrencies? How do I do this? How? And that's why it's so important to understand cryptocurrency, because they're really not that complicated. There's a bunch of steps in it, but it's not that complicated. You know, for those that don't understand how to use a computer, then the simplest way is just own gold and silver. But gold and silver, ultimately, they're stores of wealth. Okay, they're stores of wealth. At distance, you better know how cryptocurrencies work if you want to buy stuff overseas at distance in different states. And that's critically important to be involved in the understanding of how cryptocurrencies work. I'm going to repeat, the world reserve currency is going to crash. Many countries will not accept the US dollar as payment. And because of that, there will be an immediate need for getting involved and paying people at distance, and thus the importance of cryptocurrencies. So, you know, we don't want to hear about anybody tell me that cryptos are bad. No, they're not bad. They're going to be extremely necessary for the next few years at least. And we're coming into a timeline of decision. Something huge is coming very, very soon. So there you go, Noah.
Yeah. When you first started coming on my show and you would talk about cryptocurrencies, I would say one of the most common comments we got and concerns we got was, oh, crypto's going away. Bitcoin's going away. This is the tulip bulb mania. This is Beanie Babies again. And I used to hear that a lot. Bo would come on here and they'd say, what are you having this guy on for? He doesn't know what he's talking about. Even in just the last 3 weeks since Bo was last on our show, there have been major announcements from JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, Goldman. All of these big banks, they are now opening up crypto to their most wealthy clients. I want to say this too. I get your newsletter. I've gotten it for years. I love it. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, you put out a report and you said, hey, it was probably early July or maybe mid to late July. And you said, hey, I'm looking at the cycles and the next 30 days are going to be kind of boring. We're going to go sideways. It's not going to go too much up and it's not going to go too much down. Enjoy your summer and come back in a little bit because it's going to be boring. And when I read that, I thought, oh, that's too bad. I was looking for some movement and wanted it to go up or down or do something, go down so I can buy more or go up so that I can be excited about it. And you said it's going to be boring. And sure enough, you were right. It's been really boring the last 30 days, but it's kind of like a coiled spring. When a spring gets coiled too tight, or when you pull that rubber band too far, all of a sudden it springs and it goes. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Tell us what you can on this show. And if people want more, they can get it from your newsletter. But what can you tell us right now that we can all hear about for what's coming next? Are we going to get rid of the boring?
Thanks again, Noah. So when you look at these charts, all I'm telling you is that I don't give advice, but what I want to tell you is In my report, when you read it, there's two main things in it. It has my percentage of my coins and all the coins I hold. Because that, to me, I've done all the research, so I know which coins, to me, in my heart, I feel are the way to go. And so I lay out my positions on my coins that I hold. That's number one. The number two is I literally write down the cycles that are coming. We know the cycle that's coming. And that's why I was able to write back in July, it's going to be a boring summer, because I knew the pattern, basically they were going to hold it down, and it's exactly what's happened. Even the turn that's happened in the past week was foretold, was predicted. Okay, so none of this is random. But the point I want to make here on that chart, the top is a historic cycle that we maintain privacy. That's in our report. The bottom is Bitcoin today. And you can see it's wedged in a channel there all of July, all of August, right? And so it's going to break out of that channel really, really soon. Is it going to break up, explode vertical? Is it going to collapse down with a crash? That's kind of what I have to keep secret with my subscribers. So if you want to know exactly what's predicted within the cycles, we've got the cycles forward. A lot of excitement is coming really, really soon. And so I'm telling you, this is a really exciting time to be alive. What I would say, it's a really important time to be positioned as well, too. So you want to know what's coming, because again, the world as we know it is about to change, so this collapse of the dollar, this is the essence of everything that's going to change so quickly and so soon. And that's why it's so important to understand how to be involved in cryptocurrencies. But if you don't know how to do it, understand that there's a lot of steps and there's a lot of mistakes that can be made. So it's important to understand to do it correctly. And ultimately, the most important thing is, if you're going to hold cryptocurrencies, you need to know how to hold them correctly in a private wallet, and how to arrange all those steps and how to do it all. Again, if you want to transact at distance, you better learn how to transact in cryptocurrencies.
Your cycles, and it's not advice, it's not trading advice, you're not a financial advisor, but you look at the cycles, and your cycles are showing a big move coming. If you want that, Bo always does this when he comes on. It's everything he gives us is free, but with his time and with this slide presentation. But if you want the newsletter, you go to gold2020forecast.com. You use this code that he set up just for the people watching this. And when you go to sign up for that newsletter, there's going to be a little box and it says, put in your discount code or your promo code. You're going to get 50% off. You can get in there. You don't just get the new stuff. You get the entire archive. It's in there going back years. You get historically what Bo has said, how accurate it's been, and then you'll get all the new reports as well. So that's in there. If you want some of the other coins that he thinks are going to do a lot more percentage-wise than Bitcoin, he's got some that he thinks could even outperform what you've seen there. So if anything that we're talking about is overwhelming to you, or you don't even know where to get started, or it just feels like we're speaking a different language, but you know that this is something you want to learn, you know that you feel like you're missing the boat and you want to get on board, you don't have to understand all this stuff. Bo lays it out in step by step, really easy to understand. He's got the whole process mapped out. If you can follow directions, if you can read an easy 7-step thing, then you can do all of this. And he tells you how to set up the accounts. He tells you where to go. He tells you which companies you can trust. He tells you the things to be careful about, the mistakes that he's made along the way, so you don't make them, so you don't lose money by sending something to the wrong place. It's all in there. For the first time in really quite a while, he's brought this back. It was unavailable to sign up for, and now it's back. It's the Easy Crypto School. You just go to easycryptoschool.com. And it's literally like school, but a lot more fun and simple. 7 steps, and he'll take you from start to finish. If you don't know the first thing about how to get started, that's where this school starts. And it takes you pretty quickly to where you've got the first Bitcoin or first cryptocurrency showing up in your wallet. One important thing about this is we've seen this before. When it's slow, when we got that sideways action, when everyone's thinking that it's getting boring, that's the time to sign up for this, to get your account set up, to link your bank accounts, to do all that stuff. When things take off, we've seen this many times before. Bo, you can kind of nod if you've seen it before and then comment if you want. But I've been around in 2019, 2017. When things start going crazy, they don't let you create new accounts at a lot of these places. They're overwhelmed. They can't keep up. And they say, you know what, for the next month, no more new accounts. We just got to keep up with what we have.
I want to chime in on that because basically that is so true. I want to talk a little more about cryptos today. Just I need to have people to understand, when the dollar crashes, it's going to be world changing. This is going to be so dramatically different, than we've ever understood. This has never happened before, right? This is going to be a worldwide situation that we're going to have to deal with. And it's going to be incredibly stressful. And so what's going to happen is, and we've seen this happen before, Noah, every time cryptos start taking off to the upside, immediately people want to get involved in cryptocurrencies and they go to the exchanges and they start opening up an account because you need to get your money from your bank account into the exchanges. And the moment this thing starts to happen, the exchanges get bogged down and they literally send you an email saying, we've received your application. We cannot process it right now. We'll be back to you in about a month from now. This has all happened numerous times already. So right now,
I've seen it.
You can open up accounts right now, but soon enough, you won't be able to open up accounts. And then this is going to be a huge problem on top of that yet. Because when the dollar crashes, this is going to affect the banking system. And so I don't know how easy it's even going to be to get your money out of the bank to even get it over to the exchange, even if you got the exchange thing situated and set up. I wanted to talk about, the cryptocurrencies a little more today to have people understand the huge benefits that they're going to provide in terms of being able to transact. And that's not even including the gains that these things are going to be making. It's going to be insane what they're going to do in terms of price in the very near future here. Before year end, you're going to see stupid, crazy, awesome prices coming. And the ones that didn't do anything, they're literally going to be sitting there watching it, doing the shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't. And that's what's going to happen. So the world is about to change somewhere around, on or about, somewhere in September, is going to be fireworks like you've never seen before in this world. September is going to be fireworks all over the place. I don't know what that means. I'm just telling you, it's going to be something that we have never seen before. And so those who are prepared are going to just be comfortably sitting, and the others who've done nothing are going to be rambling like you've never imagined before, but they're not going to be able to get a lot done.
If you want this easy crypto school, Bo's going to give you the discount off of that as well. It's the same code. Again, you get access to the whole school up front. So you can spend as much time on it as you want. He's going to take you from start to finish. You've put forth a very clear date of things changing, and it's not that far away.
We're so close to this thing. And, when it goes down, people are going to be like scrambling, going crazy, going, what am I supposed to do? And you have like a little window right now to take advantage of it and do something. Just do something because you've got forewarning, right? We're giving you forewarning of what's coming.
Well, Bo, you are making a difference. We have 6 million people a month that read our website and that watch these videos, and that getting to hear your words and hear that warning and take action on that warning is really important.
Remember, right? As much as, and as crazy all this is going to get, because it's going to get uglier, it's going to get crazy, it's going to get scary. Just know that God the Father, his Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit are in complete control of everything.
We just hope this is helpful. And Bo, I thank you for your time. Thanks for coming on.